Hello, world of YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, everyone. It's your B Metchy Like Letcha here with another episode of It's Toys and Things, and today's video is going to focus on, well, a lot, because I have quite a few things in front of me, and I have quite a few things to talk about, so let's just get to it. Alrighty, everyone. So, as aforementioned, I have stories to tell today and things in front of me. So, you might want to get a snack for this one because I'm probably going to tell you a story. Well, a lot of stories. Maybe a lot of stories. I don't know. I'm going to talk a lot. As you guys know on this channel, I do like to jibber jab. I love jibber jabbing. I love jibber jabbing. But I love giving you detailed reviews, which we are going to do a review in this video. So maybe a couple of reviews. So yeah, you might want to get a snack, a drink, and sit back and watch, because I'm also going to be giving you my honest thoughts on today's, well, as of me filming this, today's AG Berry Members Rewards event. It was my first one that I've ever been to, and it is at my closest store, which is the DC store down in the Tyson's Corner Mall, Virginia area. It's a crazy little area over there where that store is at. Nice mall, but anyway, enough about that. So, yeah, I had to wake up early because the event was at 9, and I knew it was going to take over 2 hours to get there because it's a Wednesday, and that's like prime rush hour traffic, you know, people going to work. So I knew I was going to have to give it some time. So I gave it about two hours or so to get there. I got there late, not super late, probably like 10-15 minutes late. But I really wanted to get there on time. Next time I'm even going to leave earlier. But yeah, by the time I got there, the food and everything that they had set up was already getting picked over. And I was overwhelmed at first, because my main goal of walking in was to see what they were going to reveal. So as of me filming this, it is a day before my birthday. So basically this was like a birthday trip for me. It's a birthday thing. So, but of course, as being a content creator or someone who just wants to know what's being revealed, you know, what's going on. Are we getting Wicked dolls? Are we getting Girl of the Year? Are we getting the Sisters dolls? You know, there's all kinds of rumors. So my main focus is, what are we getting? And so when I went and I looked around the whole store, and I'm like, all right, I don't see anything. Well, I haven't been on the bottom floor yet, but I went and asked, I was like, what's being revealed? I was like, please don't tell me I drove all the way over here, took a day off work and drove all the way over here just to shop normally. I mean, granted, for the Berry Members event, you get money off, you get extra points, you get a goodie bag, but I didn't come all the way over there today just for that. I also did come because, well, I shouldn't say I also did come, but I did also need to exchange a doll. So, you know, that was also something I needed to do. I did need to just not return a doll, exchange a doll. I exchanged one of the long hair looks dolls. I did reviews on all 3 of those dolls. I'll either link them below, show the thumbnails here so you guys can watch them. But I exchanged the blonde one because, like, her wig was bad, if you watch the review. So I just wanted to exchange that. So, of course, you know, good to exchange the doll and then see what was going to be revealed. Asked the lady, she said, yeah, we got the Cinderella doll. And as soon as she said that, I was shocked, because I don't think anyone were expecting that. You know, not too long ago, was it just last year, we got the Playline Cinderella, but, you know, she's talking, no, this is the fancy Cinderella, and I knew they were going to do that. I believe even when I reviewed the Playline Cinderella on my channel or talked about it, I thought for sure that they were going to do a fancy Swarovski crystal one, and they did, and here she is, as you can see, looking at her. Now, already, you know, people posting pictures saying, hey, look, this is the big reveal. Some people are upset because they want something different, you know, Snow White or Merida, or I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, Merida. You know, they want different dolls. But the reason why they did Cinderella for this year, for the collector version anyway, is because it is Cinderella's 75th anniversary. And you can see the sticker right there that says that. And I know this because a lot of Cinderella merchandise is coming out this year because of that. I've already purchased some. In fact, my phone that I'm recording this on right now has this nice Cinderella case on it, and a Cinderella phone charm, because of the 75th anniversary that came out this year. I got it from Casetify, but anyway, that's besides the point. So, and I got a bag, a purse, a couple other things, because it's a lot of Cinderella merchandise coming out this year, again, because of the 75th anniversary. Now, my top 3 Disney princesses are Cinderella. Cinderella's always been number 1. She kind of hits a personal note for me. And Ariel and Belle. I like Belle because she, mostly looks like me as a kid. Brown hair, brown eyes. And then, of course, Ariel, because I love mermaids. I love the sea. I love swimming. I love all that underwater good stuff. So, those are my top 3 Disney princesses. So, here it is, my birthday. And we get a collector Cinderella doll. So, I'm happy with it. I mean, granted, could we have used more? Like, it would have been great to have her and then surprise a Merida Playline doll or something like that, or some new outfit or something, but no, it's just that this was the only big reveal for today. So kind of disappointing that there wasn't more than just her, but I'm happy with her. And of course, we're going to unbox her in this video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's really, all I can say about, people being disappointed about it being Cinderella. And I get it. This doll is, by the way, $310. I didn't pay that. I had rewards and all that good stuff and the discounts from today. So I got it for much cheaper than that. But at the same time, it's an expensive doll. But it's one of the Swarovski Crystal Collector dolls, so you're going to expect that. Now, the only other thing I did buy, as far as a purchase went, is my little Josefina mini doll. I do collect a couple of mini dolls. I have like maybe 3 or 4 of them now. I think they're really cute. They have really sweet faces. So I grabbed her. This is the goodie bag that everyone got today for the event. And we'll open up and see what's in that. Kind of disappointing, I guess, on that. And then this right here with the red special tie on it. That is a prize. I won one of the 2 prizes today. I was so excited when I was just walking around the store. I was hanging out with another dolly friend that came to the store. And then they just got on a speaker, announced the second prize winner. And it was me. And so I just looked around. I was like, that's me. That's me. So it was pretty funny. And people just were surrounding me and I was like, oh, it's my birthday too. And so it was pretty exciting. And I'll show you guys what I got for what I won as one of the 2 giveaways today. So let's just go run down how the berry event went. Like I said, I was probably about 10-15 minutes late. I walked in, they would only let you in for the inside of the mall. And they had a table and you filled out your form so you could win your giveaway. And then you could get your goodie bag or get your goodie bag on the way out. And then they give you a wristband, which I just took off, but they give you this wristband if you wanted to drink champagne. I have a glass of, it was like a mimosa or something. I didn't even get a chance to have a mimosa, which was pretty sad. And then I think that was about it. You filled out your form, you got your mimosa wristband if you wanted to have that. And then, you started looking around. So I started looking around. I saw they had 2 tables full of little sandwiches and snacks and foods. But I was very excited, like I said, and I wanted to get to see what was revealed. I figured there's plenty of food. I'll get to food later. Went downstairs where she was being revealed, where the Disney dolls are at. And I was down there, ran into some other dolly friends, got to talking, ran into some viewers, got to talking. So I was talking and I was filming and taking pictures. And by the time I went back upstairs to grab at least something of the food, because how you paid $15, right? It was like maybe four little things left. I was like, are you serious? And the event was only from 9 to 10:30. Like I said, I left my house at like 6:50 and got there like a little late because counting traffic. So when I went, I was, it was hungry and I would like to have some food, but it was pretty much decimated. And I didn't kind of like the fact that, it wasn't served to you. I've seen other people's berry events videos, at least from the LA store, and there are people there, they're serving you the food. And there's like a lot of kids and stuff. And, you know, I'm a big germaphobe. You know, I'm going to let you guys know that it's a personal thing. I'm a big germaphobe, and I just can't stand if someone could just come up to a table and just start grabbing food. It just, I was like, ugh. So I was like, but I got some food that looked like, you know, wasn't been touched yet. I just got a couple little snacks, little pieces of like lemon meringue. But I would have personally liked to have someone there serving the food. I didn't even get to drink because I was too busy talking. And then the event being only 9 to 10:30, I guess I didn't realize you were kind of on a shopping window. So like I couldn't just keep staying there. And then whenever I wanted to check out, you know, and get all the rewards points and all that promotions that were with the berry event. So they got on a speaker and they were like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. And I was like, all that time I spent talking and running around. Now I had to hurry up, pick out a Cinderella doll, and do any other shopping that I wanted to do. I actually wanted to pick out probably a couple more dolls and maybe some other things, but I got into a time crunch. And so I picked out a Cinderella doll that the lady helped me out with. This doll came straight from the back. I didn't pick her out from the shelf because I always ask for dolls in the back. And then I grabbed a little mini doll here, but I was going to grab a Courtney as well because I actually want to pick out a Courtney in person, because I'm not going to get too much of the story. The story is already long, but how I got into American Girl was from Courtney, but I ordered Courtney online because I didn't realize at the time that I had an American Girl store that was close to me. So I really wanted to get another Courtney in box, one that I picked out because she's my favorite American Girl doll. And so I was going to pick one out. So I started looking through them real quick, but they were like kind of bad, like her bangs and eyes and stuff. And so I just felt so rushed, like my anxiety was like, hurry up, hurry up. So my one dolly friend, she was in line paying for her stuff, and people were just like paying for their stuff. So I only had like 10 minutes left. So I just said, Courtney's going to have to wait for another sale or event where I can pick her out in person. And then I was just going to pay for this. Plus I had to exchange the doll that I brought and all that good stuff. But I kind of wish it wasn't a time limit on your shopping. Like if you're there, they know you're there. They know you're on the list for the berry event. They know, you know, you're not just like walking in and you paid your $15. You should have all day to shop. I mean, just give you that one day at least. You know, I'm not saying you come in next week and get it, but for that whole day, an hour and a half just wasn't enough to shop for you to get the rewards and perks that you get for the berry event. So that's kind of my gripe with that. My gripe also with the food not being like replenished, because a lot of people, by the time they were like rushing shopping, they were coming up and like, this is ridiculous. Like, and trust me, when the food was running out, they just started emptying it, breaking down everything. They were not playing around. And I was like, dang. And then my one dolly friend, she was even later than me, getting stuck in traffic, and she didn't get no sandwiches and no food, no mimosa either. So we were kind of both out of mimosa luck there. So there's some things that need to be worked on. They did send a text message asking about like your feedback and stuff. And I probably will call them. I'm not one of these people that do this, but I think they need to hear this. They could definitely replenish the snacks. They could definitely have a longer, if you're there in the morning and you're registered, you should have all day to shop. Just that one day. Or at least more than an hour and a half. Because, I mean, I could have brought more, spent more money if I wasn't rushed, right? So I'll be, giving that feedback to American Girl. But yeah, so that's pretty much how the berry event went for me. It went super fast. Plus, I did not have all day myself. Only had about 3 hours I could spend there. And it was my birthday. I was trying to get a good lunch too, hang out a bit, take some pictures, and then leave. I wish I could stay there all day, but I have little dogs here to depend on me, and they probably need to go potty. So I can't, really spend all day, especially when, there's traffic that you can run into and things you have to take into account when you do like little mini road trips like that. All right, so here we are 14 minutes into this video, and let's just, get into it here, right? So, again, little Miss Josefina here. I think she's really cute. Love those little hoop earrings. I'm very excited. Oh, no, I didn't. I'll get her out of the box later. Maybe I'll do like a little short or something opening her up. I have to grab my scissors. I didn't realize she had the tape there because I was going to open her up real quick, show the face without the glare. And it is sunlight when I'm filming right now, so, forgive the glare plus my regular lighting. So, anyway, that's what the mini doll. And let's take a look at what is in the goodie bag. So, this is the main thing that come in today's goodie bag. It is the coconut plush pillow. And I probably should have opened it and used it for the ride on the way back home and taking a nice little nappy. But it's a cute little plush pillow. I like it. So I will be using that probably, good for road trips and stuff. So yay for that. Now, plop that somewhere. And then let's get into the other things. Now my $1 friend, she already dug in and told me what was in everything. Even she agreed that it was kind of lackluster. Books. This is probably a good read. Maybe I should bring it to work. Leave it on the counter, right? And then an earth book. So, a couple of books and a pillow. Take that as you will for that. And that was the goodie bag. Now, let's see what I got in the giveaway. So, I don't want to rip that tie. Oh, it's two things. I thought it was just the one. Oh, cool. Okay. This was what was the goodie bag. It's the newest, one of the newest outfits. And, what's this one called again? Hold on, guys. Bows and Blooms. So, this and the accessory thing. That's nice that they added the accessory pack to it. Well, as you guys probably already know, hold on, let me put that in there so you can see it there. As you guys probably know, if you've watched my other videos or haul videos, I literally just got this. I don't know if I showed it in a video or not. I just got both these outfits in not too long ago. That one and the other one that came out. And the accessory pack. Yes, I do remember because I opened the accessory pack. Yes, I did. I remember. Just remember. I did open them. I remember opening them. There's so much videos lately. I remember opening these up and talking about them. So, I literally just got these outfits in. So, now I have extras, so I can either, make some twinsy girls, or I maybe just give them away, to someone, or, maybe just give them away on my channel or something. I don't know. Just probably do a giveaway or something, but I didn't know that they put the accessory pack in there to that. And if you're curious what the other prize was, the other prize was, that other outfit. The other outfit that came with it. Forget the name. It's the pink. It's the more pink one. So basically, both prizes were the two new outfits, and I guess the accessory pack that went with them. So yay! I'm pretty excited. So that's nice. So again, I probably use it or give them away, but that's pretty nice. All right. Now, let me get her straightened up for the big review of Missy here, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, everyone, I am back, and I got Miss Cinderella here, or Cindy, ready for her review and reveal. So yeah, I can't get the whole box in the frame here without moving my camera around, so I'm just like, whatever. We'll get a close look, and we'll take a close look at her box and everything here in a minute. But like I said, they had, and I'll probably, if I can remember, I'll drop the pictures. I did post pictures on my Instagram, so go to my Instagram, which I always flash in the beginning of my videos here, go to my Instagram and look at like the reveal pictures and all that, so you can see kind of like what the display, because I did take a couple pictures of the display, and I did do a couple of videos. So yeah, you can check out what she looked like. Now, she only had, because these boxes are so big on the shelves, she only had like 4. And there was one of my dolly friends who was picking one out, and she purchased one. But they were replenishing them. I asked if she had plenty in the back, because I wanted to shop around stuff and make sure they weren't going to sell out while I was there. And she said no, she had plenty in the back. Like I said, she ended up grabbing one from the back, and the one that she grabbed I really liked. Plus, I was like, as long as her face was good and her hair didn't look too janky, I made sure that she was perfect for me. But again, I kind of felt pressure because I was in a rush. I would have loved to have more time for her to grab more out in the back and me to take my time. But again, time was of the issue today. So, anyway, yeah, so again, let's just go ahead and take a look at this box. All right, so the box here, big, normal. This is how the Disney collector boxes look. Unlike like the Wednesday Addams one that I just reviewed, her like plastic whatever shape in the front was like in the shape of a tombstone, whereas this one is just like your normal kind of like showcase type of case. So at the top here, I'm going to move my camera up a little so you can see. At the top here, she has a design that's like a good motif of clock, you know, because that's kind of her thing about, you know, midnight. Her carriage, her slipper, just iconic Cinderella things, mostly just those 3. And then stars and circles, you know, glitter, confetti, whatever. And then at the bottom of the box, it says Disney Princess Cinderella Collector Series. It does have the Swarovski, if you can see that in the corner there. The Swarovski, I don't even know if I'm ever saying that word right, so please forgive me if I'm not. But it does have the Swarovski label, basically saying that it's a real deal type thing. It says this doll is for 8 and over, unlike the Wednesday Addams doll said 14 and over. I think that's the first ever, I want to say that's probably like the first ever American Girl doll that has had that 14 and over age limit on it, but I could be wrong. Disney American Girl at the bottom there. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, this sticker right here that says it's the 75th anniversary version. Or not version, but celebration, basically. So, yeah, that's it for the front of the box. Now, the top of the box has that also star with the motif. And the sides just say Disney American Girl with more of the motif here, the clock and all that good stuff. And then, of course, we have, oh, okay, no more than 6,000. Okay, so, oh, they made just about as much as they made of Wednesday of her. So, love the artwork here. It says Disney Princess Cinderella. It gives you a little blurb about Cinderella herself. It does tell you it's a collector's edition, limited edition, 6,000. It, of course, has your trademark Disney. Oh, that's new. I don't know if I've seen that before, but I couldn't miss it. And there's a little Mickey Mouse. What is that, supposed to be a hidden Mickey? It's not so hidden, but I've never seen that before, but then again, it could be on my Anna box. I don't have, I have Playline, but the only other collector Disney one I have, I believe, is Anna, and I don't have any of the others. So, yes, I do believe that is true. That's pretty sad that I forget. So, alright, so that's pretty much it for the box. So let's just go ahead and get her out of the box, and I'll be right back. I am back, and what I did is I just took the sleeve off so we could get a closer look without the glare. And while she's still in stand-up position, because I'm probably doing a tabletop review, so we can get that closer look that I like to do when I do tabletop reviews. And when I do that, of course, she'll be laying down and her eyes will be closed, so we won't get a good look at her eyes, and I want you to get a good look at her eyes and everything. So with the sleeve gone, we still have a thick box It still has 2 layers of inner and outer. Now in this is probably her COA and care instructions, because that's how they've been coming lately. And I probably get that out and I'll show you, what number I got. So she has this light gold with the castle in the back. I would say this may be a bold take here, but I would say Disney or Cinderella is Disney's most popular princess, most famous princess of all the princesses. She's iconic. The castle's iconic. The slipper story, the whole nine. It's very iconic. So I mean, even at Disney World, I can't remember if it's Disney World, Disneyland, whatever one's down in Florida that has Cinderella's castle. Now, like I said, the motif there, light, and then we have a gold band here. Let's get a little closer. A gold band there separating it, and then we have this green, what I like to call like the fancy greenish goldish on the side there. Now I'm talking about that color, and there's nothing else there. So yeah, let's take a look while, like I said, because after here in a minute, she'll be on a tabletop review. And let me bring in my camera just a little closer so we can look at her eyes. Now, her lovely face. Now, she is a Josefina mold. Yes, I do believe that she is. She's not Cloud. Yes, Josefina. Sometimes, tired. And then, she does have a hairnet here, which I'm not sure if I'd probably taken off. I'm being very picky, especially with these dolls and their hairnets, because it just means less work I have to do if the hair is all flying everywhere. But as you can see, her eyes are gorgeous. This doll is stunning. I mean, I like the Playline version. I absolutely love her. I actually have one in box and one out of box, but she is just stunning. So she, I'll probably grab the Playline version so we can do a comparison. But she has, like, it's a different hairstyle. She obviously has different embellishments with the earrings and her little, like, band tiara. But we'll get into that here in a second. I just really wanted to show you her eyes. Let me move her bangs up so you can kind of get a real good look at her skin tone, face, lips, all that. All right, so let me just go ahead and turn this camera out, and it's time for the tabletop review. Alrighty, everyone, we are back, and she is fully unboxed. Now, of course, I'm gonna, even though I don't show you guys the unboxing, and that is because I take forever, and I probably cuss up a storm a lot, so I always do that off camera. But I always will tell you guys what it's about. So, this is only, like I said, my second fancy Disney doll. So I don't know if others are like this. The only one I've ever opened is Anna. But she had some things that I haven't seen before in other dolls. Her hair was tied in. You can even see the thread right there. So be careful. This bun little situation she got going on was tied in. And another thing I've never seen them do before is this hairnet here, which I still have on. I'm going to take it off. Her hairnet was tied in on both sides as well. It was like stretched out and tied in. And I've never seen that either. So, yeah, be careful with the hair situation here. Because my bun on the back here, which I'll show you here in a second, is kind of janky. But I don't know if that's my fault or just how the way the hair is falling, because it's kind of like it's gelled a little bit. So, yeah. So, all right. So, for the tabletop review, as always, we go from head to feetsies. And I actually put some paper towels down this time while I'm turning her around and doing everything because, I don't want to mess her up in any way. The little earring was bugging me there. All right, so like I said, I did have to cut her hairnet. So because of that, we're going to go ahead and be very careful and take the hairnet off. So we're going to do that moment. So, yay, reveal. Like I said, that was weird that it was tied down like that. Never seen that before. All right, so now her hairnet is off. And she's got those swoopy side bangs. And so let's take a look at her, gosh, she's so beautiful. Oh my God, I just want to squeeze her. Just so pretty. All right, so now that her hairnet's off, we can get a good look at her band. Now, of course, these are Swarovski crystals on her tiara slash band. It is tied in, as you can see there. And she is wearing, obviously, a new hairstyle, a different hairstyle, rather than the classic Cinderella bun. So let's just go around and check out her hair. As you can see, the band is in there pretty good. She has like a twist, I don't want to say French twist, but kind of a French twist. It goes all the way in the back on both sides into this knot and then swoops into this bun. And then, like I said, it is gelled, the bun. And then, like I said, this one kind of like is like a little loose there. But it does have a tie right here, a rubber band tie. But it also has the tie, this thread right here, which I can take off. Because this is the thread. Well, maybe I can take it off. Nope, it's in there. It's going to stay there. Oh, no. I'll probably be able to grab it if I grab it by the knot there. Pull it off the other way. I'll get that in a second. But, so she has that thread that was tied in, so don't like think she's out and you think she's out, grab her and then you notice that, because that was alarming if you're being super, super careful. So just be careful with her knot tied in. And then of course, I like this hairstyle. It's kind of elaborate, right? The side swoop like that. Really like that. And she does have this plastic here, which that just came right out. That plastic is the protection of that necklace. We're going to turn her back around here in a second. Hold on. Protection from the black band to protect the neck. I do believe from staining, but this come out super easy. Usually I've actually been leaving them on. Oh, it's got leaving this. It's a tape. No wonder it came out easy. Never seen that before. It's taped. Usually it's like almost a slot and it's tied in. Whatever. Taped. But normally I don't take that off either. My Playline still has hers on because I don't want that black to stain the neck. Which is why that was there. But it was so janky put on anyway that the black was already touching the neck. So whatever. Alright, so back to her face. Now we have swoopy little bangs there. And she has the shimmery shadow, which I've never seen. I've seen them do like, metallics or chrome types. But this is actually a glittery shimmery. And it scared me at first because I thought I had one that was all janky on this side. Like skipping the glitter paint, whatever you want to call it. But it's not. It's just the way the glare hits it. And it comes out into like a little swoop there. Let me try to give you guys a closer look. I know it's kind of hard to see. There you go. I like that because I like glitter. But I like that. I think it's pretty. And then her lips are pretty much almost the same color as Playline. I will be doing a side-by-side with the Playline, either in like another short video or some pictures or something. But not in this video, because this video is already going to be way too long with me talking. So let's go and look at her earrings. She's got double, like a big stud and then a smaller. And it looks good kind of like up against her earlobe like that. I mean, well, actually, I don't even think that's how it's supposed to go, is it? I kind of put it where she's got like a double piercing. But no, they dangle down. So you put them down and she's got pretty little dangly earrings. And then, of course, her choker with this, I don't know what kind of thread, probably some sort of silk and a crystal right there. And she has, let's go down to her dress now. She has a lot of crystals here, shimmery, floating style fabric with like the iridescent glitter kind of like matches her eyeshadow there. Goes down into like, your fake corset. two-toned or ombre tone with the dark into the light. And then let's move down here. So she goes into the, like, you know, your classic princess style dress. She's got 2 ruffles. Well, actually, maybe I should talk about her gloves real quick. So elbow length with stitching. Does this stitching have any? No, just some twirly wigs. Almost looks like it could be her carriage as well. The gloves, you know, they feel pretty nice. Nice quality on the gloves. And the dress actually, so far, doesn't feel bad, but I haven't really gotten in touchy mood yet. But, alright, so 2 ruffles down for her. I don't know what style you call that when they have, like, the ruffles on the side like that. But the fabric is thick. It's not cheapy like the plain one. It's pretty nice. And then she has, like, almost like, what's it called? It's like a type of fishnet. And the fishnet overlay has crystals. It does overlay over a darker blue. And nice, like, pretty nice satin, royal blue, I would call it. And then, of course, your middle detailing of your dress like this. So we have, what's the word for these? Filageros. Oh, man, I'm just making up words. We're going to call them filageros. That's probably not what they are, but Philamagigs. That's what we're going to call them. Yeah, anyway, so she has the Philamageros down the side here. And it is pleated. Now, remind you guys, I'm like, this is a live reaction. Like, I didn't, like, look over the stall. Like, you're seeing, like, what I'm seeing, right? So, this is just pleating. It doesn't go, like, extra layers is what I'm trying to say. Over, like, a ice blue satin. And then, of course, same pattern on the other side with crystals. Now, the crystals are only in the front. They're not on the back, which we'll see here in a second. But 2 pleats. Now, she doesn't have any skirting here to make it fluff out. But, like, they use, like, that kind of, like, cheap, stiff fabric on the Playline dolls to give it that fluffy skirting. But they could also use kind of like a crinoline skirt. Now, when I reviewed the Peaches and Cream dolls, I talked about all that fluff they use. It was, like, not tulle, but is it tulle? What they used on the Peaches and Cream dolls was incredible to make it give it that fluff that those dolls had. And I said if they use that type of material underneath these skirts here instead of kind of using the stiff material to give it like that fake puffy look, these dolls would be much nicer, in my opinion. All right, let's go down to her shoes, and then we'll take a look at the back. American Girl tag there. She does have, well, these are slippers. I wouldn't even say they're kitten heels, but probably. They're clear. Are they tied on? No, we can take them off. Good. I'll get a good look at them. You know, very supposed to be shimmery, glittery glass slippers. She does have a crystal, Swarovski crystal there. Cute. Put it back on there. There we go, little missy. Alright, so again, I'm just disappointed that there's no... Oh, and ice kind of blue panties, but I always feel weird showing the doll's panties. I don't know, I just feel weird about it. Just kind of missing that under layer. I'm turning her around now, guys. That under layer of fluff that I know they could do because I literally see it in the Peaches and Cream dolls. Alright, so on the back we have more of the ruffles that fall down more. It is sewn in here, so these aren't like loose. But it is 2 layers. Again, the fishnet over the royal blue, which is, as you can see, sewn in. No crystals on the back. Pretty bland on the back, actually. I guess they really just threw all the detail in the front and said, let's keep it bland in the back. Velcro, as per usual there. And that's pretty much it. And that's just the back of the slippers there, but I want to show you everything. That's pretty much it for this doll. Alright, let's bring her back up front here. I'm being like super careful with it because, well, it's a collector doll, it's fancy, and it costs $310. So, oh, let me show you her COA. I did get a high number, 2094. It looks like that. Very cute. Love that. I got a little COA pile that sits next to me here, from Barbie to American Girl, so I just start collecting them over there. Alright, so let's get final thoughts on this doll here so we can wrap this long video up. Final thoughts are, for Cinderella being my favorite princess, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And there's nothing wrong with, like, the doll herself. She could just used definitely some natural fluffing on this skirt, like the same material kind of that they used on the Peaches and Cream dolls. The price is up there. I cannot remember what was the original price. Maybe you hardcore American Girl people could let me know down in the comments. When they came out with the first Savinsky doll, which was, I don't know how long ago, what was the original price before they are now? I just cannot remember. But, the price point's always going to be an issue, especially in these times, economic times. Times are tough. Not everyone can afford, but if you have points and stuff, that definitely helps. Like I said, this definitely helps. My points plus the little mini doll, I got, it was below $200, so I'm not complaining. So I paid pretty cheap. Plus that promotion, I believe you got, I forget, you got some kind of discount today too. So between that, I got the doll for pretty cheap. Definitely didn't pay the full price for it. So price is always going to be a point, so we're going to add that in. Other than that, I mean, yeah, just careful with the kind of disappointing with the hairnet thing and it being tied in there. But again, I don't think that's the doll's fault. That's, just the way she is. But maybe I should give her more of an 8.5 out of 10. Is she worth the price? It just depends on you. Could she, now I do have to say the material with this dress is not as stiff. It's a little bit more flowy. Not like the Playline one, but it still definitely could have used something underneath that skirt. That just really gets me. These are supposed to be ball gowns. They're supposed to swish and flow and sway. So yeah, I guess that would be my main point here. The box itself is beautiful. The doll is beautiful. We could have probably did with some different lip that doesn't match the Playline version. And I guess that's pretty much it. I don't like the way that crystal sits there either, but the way it kind of sits up like that. But then again, whatever. It looks good like that. All right. So that's pretty much it, because this video is very long. But let me know if you like this doll, if you plan on getting this doll. Disappointed that it came out with a Cinderella doll. I get where people are coming from, but I also get why they did it, because it's 75th anniversary. If it was, if it wasn't Cinderella's 75th anniversary, I believe they wouldn't have come out with this. Not now, anyway. It probably would have been something different. But they did it because of that. So I get people wanted to see other dolls and other things. And at the Berry event, I definitely wanted to see other things. But I'm not going to complain about the Cinderella doll itself because of all the merchandise that's coming out, or coming out and is coming out because of Cinderella this year. So I'm not going to complain about that because I know why they did it. So yeah, so let me know if you like this doll, if you plan on getting this doll, what you think of the price point, how she compares to Playline, which I said I probably might do a little quick video comparing this one to the Playline here in a minute here soon. But this video is always long, so I just wanted to cut this short. But thank you guys so much for watching. And let me know what you think about the Berry events. If you've been to a Berry event, let me know what you think about it. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this story time haul, Berry event talk, and finally for review of this new girly here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and spending time with me. And don't forget to sub, because I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, and I do plan on doing a giveaway, so please support my little channel out and hit that notification bell because I'm posting a lot of videos here lately. I got a lot of stuff to do, and I really need to be on my stuff with posting because, you know, I just need to do it to get all these toys and dolls out of their boxes, and, you know, that's part of why I started my YouTube channel, right? But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and end this out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So, bye! Oh, check out my Cinderella ring. Did you notice it? It's opal. It's Disney Enchanted jewelry, in case you're wondering how someone asked me today. But this is Enchanted. It's called Enchanted by Disney Jewelry. And it is the carriage with diamonds and an opal. But yay! Bye!